Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here. Hope you're doing well out there. Welcome to another Train Sim World live stream. For today's live stream, we're taking a look, or we're going to hop on one of my favourite routes in Train Sim World, if not my absolute favourite, and that is Northern Trans Pennine. The first, I believe, the first historic British route and the first route in general in British route in Train Sim World. So let's jump on this route and, of course, have some fun. So we're going to dive into the timetable here and we're going to take the class 45-1 diesel electric locomotive out for a spin, and I think we will do, that's a oil in service. We don't want to do that, do we? We will do, I think this one. The 848 eastbound passenger service, which goes from Manchester Victoria to Leeds City. We'll set it and weather to clear as always, and we'll rock and roll. Right, I'll take a look at the get the live chat up and running. That might be a good idea for me to do. There we go. Alright, sweet. Okay, we will be calling at principal stations along the way as well. Always nice to get back on this route. Pressing the wrong buttons for starters. Let's go on motion blur. Happy days. Instrument lights. The seat height. Set the brakes to initial application. Master key to on. Reverse to forward. And we will unlock the doors. What else have I got to do? Oh yeah, of course, the headlights and everything. So nose light on, spare switch, might as well. Headlight switch, cab heaters, no need for that. Cab light, we won't need that. I will do it. No, I actually will. Yeah, I will need the cab light on. Thank you. I want to turn on this. Oh no, of course, Northern Trans Pennine. This route, of course, doesn't have the safety systems. The route was modelled in 1983, where the safety systems weren't installed across this part of the Pennines. So, but you can see the safety systems are there next to the seat on the left-hand side. So might as well turn the cab light off, so I won't need that. Okay, so here we are at Manchester Victoria. This is our locomotive, the BR Class 45, also known as the Peak, or the class of 45s and 44s were known as the Peaks. So let's get going. Scooby-Doo there. Hey, Mark Moss. Hope you're well. Welcome. Leave the throttle on for a second. I just want to check the PIS displays, see if they are working. What platform would it be on? This one, I imagine. Yeah, all Leeds bound. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, this platform. What about this one? Leeds and Huddersfield. And that's Leeds and Huddersfield as well. Okay. Well, I've encountered a steep gradient here. Let's apply a bit more power. Okay, so the first station stop is Staley Bridge. It's just over 7 miles away, and we've got stops at Staley Bridge, Huddersfield, Dewsbury, and Leeds. Supply the power, set it to maximum. So a little bit of information about my favourite route, Northern Trans-Pennine. It came out in the very first Train Sim World back in December of 2018, and it's a, like I said, it was at the time the first historic, not only UK route for Train Sim World, but the first historic route, like proper historic route, you know, before the 21st century period in Train Sim World. It's a 43-mile route from Manchester, Victoria to Leeds, set in 1983, and you get, at the time it was 3 brand new pieces of rolling stock. That's 2 locomotives and the multiple unit. That is, of course, the BR Class 45, the BR Class 47, and the 2-coach Class 101. And what I really like about this route is the nice variety of challenging grades and tight curves, as well as you know, going through well, it hasn't aged very well, the scenery, but at the time it was, you know, pretty decent, you know, route scenery back in the very first Train Sim World of you know, the Pennines. So and obviously, like I said earlier, you know, the fact it doesn't have any safety systems, you know, certainly challenges you as a player. And we're speeding here because I'm busy reading and not looking what I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, I suppose the nice variety of stations, like you could do some local services, all stop services, express style services, and if you have the British Rail heavy freight pack, that obviously adds even more to Northern Trans-Pennine, you know, with the benefit of freight services, some shunting in and around Manchester, not really any shunting services in Leeds, which is a bit disappointing. I think there's a couple as well in Huddersfield. And the nice thing about the heavy freight pack is you can mix and match the locomotives to different duties. So if you want to use the Class 40 on passenger services, you can. If you want to use the 45 on the 47 on freight services, you can. So yeah, it's a nice, you know, there's a nice set of customization for you there. just got over 5 miles to go until Staley Bridge. I'll have a sip of my hot chocolate in a second. But yeah, it's always nice to get back on this route and have some fun. There's some pretty decent height speeds you can reach as well, 60, 70, even 80 miles per hour in one short section. Obviously you're not going to get to 80 very quickly, but because you're either pulling an express or a freight service or something like that. But a nice variation in speed limits as well, which again adds to the challenge. And if you slap on a bit of weather, be it snow, fog, and the pouring rain, it only increases the challenge. So yeah, hopefully a remaster on this route can happen one day. Fingers crossed. Clean up, bring the routes scenery up to more modern train sim world standards. The lighting as well, that needs to be thrown out, and the newer lighting and skybox technology needs to be brought in, and maybe a timetable, especially with Just Trains coming onto the scene and adding some new bits and pieces here with BR Blue, be that wagons and coaches in particular. And maybe the Pacer as well. I'm not really sure if the Pacers ran on Pennine back in 1983. I imagine they did, but I honestly don't know. Right, we are 3 miles away from Staley Bridge. I'll also give you some stats on the locomotive I'm operating, which is the primary, let's say, traction on this route. Or, yeah, I think they have the same services, don't they, as the 47, so that's not true. Let's say it's the headline act, the star of the show, which is the Class 45. So yeah, the Class 45 is a diesel electric locomotive. It was produced by British Rail's Crewe and Derby Works. 127 were produced, and it has a maximum power output of 2,500 horsepower or 1,864 kilowatts, and it doesn't say on the maximum speed or anything like that. I'll have a look actually. Let me just see if I can grab another page on the interweb. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, it was produced by British Rail's Derby and Crewe Works between 1960 and 1962, and the maximum speed is 90 miles per hour or 145 kilometers per hour. And they were withdrawn from 1981 to 1989, with 11 preserved and the remainder unfortunately scrapped. It's one of my favourite diesel locomotives in Train Sim World, if not one of my favourites. Something about it, you know, be it the look of it, the sounds. Yeah, the sounds aren't tip top, but you know, they get the job done. We are approaching Staley Bridge, under a mile to go. I'll just come off the brakes. We're just about ahead of schedule. Ah, lovely. Wouldn't it be cool if this route was extended in a remaster? Go from Manchester, Victoria to Liverpool, Lime Street in the 1980s. That would just be awesome. I would have that. You know, that would be the perfect birthday and Christmas present if this route was given a full remaster and extended. Brilliant. I'd love that. Will they do it, Dovetail? Who knows? Okay, been given clearance to head to, I think it's platform 2, I think it said. I think I've gone a little bit too slowly for too long. Oh well. Never mind. We'll be able to make up for lost time on the run from Staley Bridge to Huddersfield. Anyway, it's pretty normal, isn't it? Train's normally late. Okay. Coming into Dewsbury, Staley Bridge. Stop at the end of the platform, that'll do, I think. And there we go. Oh, lovely. Welcome to Staley Bridge. You got the town of Staley Bridge here. You can tell the scenery isn't great, but back then it was okay, acceptable. I think it's a better word to describe the scenery on this route. But the stations, they're pretty good, representing the 1980s. pretty well. In fact, you got here, look, Stalybridge Station official buffet. Established in 1885. Would be cool if we could have, you know, if a remaster was to happen, the interiors of these stations, not just on Pennine, but on Tees Valley, you know, bring it in line with the Just Trains routes. Actually, to be fair, got the doors open here. That's where's that going to? Is that the other platforms? Yeah, it probably is. And then out here to the back of the station. Station car park. There's the bars and arrows, and there's the road, which isn't the worst I've seen, to be fair. It's actually quite good. This makes the more modern Train Sim World routes have, you know, look dated. I mean, this came out in 2018, and this road don't look too bad at all. Wow. Alright, let's lock the doors and depart Stalybridge. Oh, I've put the reverser in the off position by an accident. How the hell did I do that? My bad. That was my fault. Don't want to apply too much power, otherwise you will overtalk the engine and cause a little bit of wheel spin to occur. So a nice smooth exit from the station is the way to go with the 45, or any train for that matter. I just want to check, does the station have any PIS screens? I don't think it does it? Negative. It does not. The next station stop is Huddersfield, which is 16 miles away. That's the longest distance between stations on this journey. One of the tunnels we will be encountering is the Standage Tunnel, one of the probably one of the longest tunnels on the UK route. Standage Tunnel is 5 miles long. That's not this tunnel we're in now. The tunnel is this big straight section here, where it burrows directly under the Pennines, or the moors of the Pennines. So that's Standage Tunnel, 5 miles long. I think the longest tunnel on a UK route in the game would be the HS1 tunnels at just leaving Stratford International, going to Ebbsfleet, and obviously leaving London St Pancras International to Stratford. After this service is completed, I think we will do some local passenger services. But yeah, overall I think Pennine in its current state actually is not too shabby. Frame rate performance is pretty good. I mean, it hasn't got anywhere near the amount of services I think it should have. Certainly deserves more shunting services, and maybe you could have some more mainline or AI services out and about. So 47 we just passed, going to Manchester. Very high footbridge. Just went under that. It's probably the highest footbridge I've seen in a very long time. Into the second tunnel of the journey. Roar of that engine, fantastic. Just ease off the throttle for a minute or two. Let the train coast, I think, actually. What time are we due into Huddersfield? 9:27. So of course we are running late. Came in too slowly into Huddersfield. Sorry, Staley Bridge. So we're making up for lost time. Church we just passed there. I mean, you can see the distant moorland scenery isn't great. It certainly gives the Arosaline mountain scenery a run for its money. But then again, Arosaline was launched back in 2021. This was launched, well, when Train Sim World was in its infancy, really. It's crazy to think that, you know, a route like the Arosaline or West Cornwall Local is, I think, personally speaking, I think has worse scenery than Northern Trans-Pennine, and you can even say Tees Valley as well. So you know, we've had a fair few route remasters. Some more extensive than others. From Glasgow's Cathcart Circle Line, Sherman Hill, Boston Sprinter, to the excellent remaster of the West Somerset Railway, and hopefully very soon we get Great Western Express remastered too. Can't wait for that. It's going to be interesting. Got a speed limit of 45 miles per hour coming up shortly. We're running alongside the canal on the left. I think that's the Leeds to Liverpool canal via Manchester. Might be wrong. Not very good in my knowledge of canals and rivers. Speed limit of 45, and then it will go back to 65. There's a nice mix also of semaphore and the more, let's say, more modern signals as we go into Standage Tunnel. So supply to power, full power. Speed limit goes back up to 60 miles per hour. Right, we're in the tunnel. Yes, we are. We've got just under 10 miles to go to our next station stop, which is Huddersfield. Should have brought a bottle of water with me. I've obviously drank my hot chocolate and I'm still thirsty. Oh well. I'll have a cup of tea when I've finished the stream. Once we've exited the tunnel, the speed will decrease to 40 miles per hour. I think there is some empty stock moves as well, where you can actually refuel the locomotive before departure from the depot in Manchester, I think. I'm not sure about Leeds, but I definitely know those. I think not many, I think just one or two, like empty stock move services, which feature the use of refueling the locomotive, which I really think Dovetail should do with the diesel locomotives in particular. Just doing that process of getting it ready for departure, refueling it, making sure there's enough fuel in the tank, etc., etc. I'm going a little bit too quick here. Oh well, never mind. the end of the world. There's the canal on the left hand side briefly. I think the route mastery is unlocked on this route. I can't quite remember. I think it is unlocked. I think it's some hot air balloons, if I'm not mistaken. Roughly in this area. Marsden station we've just passed, correct? Yes, it is. I mean, I can imagine travel on this route in real life must be quite scenic, especially in the spring and summer months, and not in the pouring rain. Turn the power off for a little while, keeping my eye in the sky, see if there is any hot air balloons out and about. I think there is one parked in a, well, not parked, but landed in a field. No, not there. Somewhere. I know it, I know it. I probably turned it off, I don't know. Unless it wasn't around here, might have been a bit further down. Not sure. I can't see them unless Dovetail have taken them away. Bit too low. I think that was the station with the shortest platform on this route, by quite a considerable margin. We're now just 4 miles away from Huddersfield. Station was that? What did we pass? That was a slave weight, or slave what, however you say it. Going to be pretty close to the schedule. It's 9:25 and we're due in just over 2 minutes time, and we've got just over 3 miles to go, so it's going to be nip and tuck with the time. Okay, 50 miles per hour coming up shortly. As we are just over, just under 1.5 miles to go until Huddersfield. We are indeed going to be late. Speed limit of 15 miles per hour coming up as we're less than a mile away from Huddersfield. Again, I think I've come into the station. I think I've slowed down a bit too quickly. Thankfully, we got a 1% downhill gradient. Help us get up to speed again, or close to the speed limit. Lighting in the tunnel playing up a bit there. I think it's fair to say I've been a little bit too cautious when it comes to braking for speed limits. Never mind, never mind. There is daylight. There it is. And there is also a station. Huddersfield awaits. Doesn't say what platform we're on. We're going to the left. Our platform is on the right hand side. There we go. Oops, wrong doors. My mistake. Here we are at Huddersfield, one of the major stations on the route where services with the 101s come scuttling in and out of these bay platforms. This lighting here isn't too bad in Huddersfield. So you can see there services going to Manchester, Liverpool, Marsden. Yeah, not the busiest route in the world. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more busier if a route remaster, I should say, happens. See the Class A wave there, shunting coaches and vans around in the early morning. You've got a 47 parked up here, which never moves. Let's look for doors. The next station stop is Dewsbury. It's just under 7 miles away. I like the weathering on the 45 as well. Shows it's being well used. About to pass a pretty big little yard here. What is this? This is Hill House Sidings. I never knew what the name of that was called until now. That's the good thing about this new map. It tells you what the sidings and yards are actually called. What about this over here? That's disused. Despite a little coach sitting in those sidings on that piece of track, that's probably never ever going to see the main line ever again. Heaton Lodge. Ooh. Full power. Let's go reach that 70 mile per hour speed limit. Hope everyone has had a good weekend and a good start to, well, what is now for some of us the Easter holidays, or the Easter half term, I think it is. I think it's begun today? Maybe? Don't know. I can't remember. But Easter is next weekend. Open the window, see how that sounds. Oh, there's another person in the seat. That's loud. Nice and loud. That's what we like to hear. Speed limit of 50 miles per hour coming up shortly, as we are thundering through Dighton Station. We're going to the left. You can tell I'm a bit rusty on this route, speed limits and shouldn't really use the straight air brake, but oh well. Right, under the main line, or a section of it that's diverting off the route. Right, this is the section with the highest permitted speed limit of 80 miles per hour. A short and sweet section, or just over 2 miles. Got a speed limit of 45 miles per hour coming up shortly. There's a log close to the track there. Number 45. We're passing the remains of, imagine an old power station. As we are just over 1 mile away actually from Dewsbury. Forgotten about that. So busy focusing on the speed, I've forgotten how far we were from our next station stop. Reasonably steep uphill gradient as we are coming into Dewsbury. Is that a freight service there? Is indeed. Oil service. We'll stop at the end of the platform and then unlock the doors. Long brakes. Here we are at Dewsbury. Main station building, ain't too bad. Got newspapers tucked away in the corner there. Oh, there's nothing there. Oh, never mind. You got steps here to go up onto the bridge, across to the other platform. British Rail poster there for the journey fillers from the train buffet, Traveller's Fare. Yeah, not a bad looking station, not a bad one at all. Obviously out here would be the station car park. That would be the entrance to the building, to the station, but for some reason Dovetail have literally bricked it off. And that side as well, unless it's meant to represent the station in that particular state. Got the cars all here parked up. Isn't the worst car park I've ever seen. It looks a bit bare obviously, but you know, keep in mind this was like back in the very first train sim world, so. But again, the road texture don't look too shabby. You've got the railings here. Yes, okay, it's not too bad. Let's get back in the cab. See, that's what you shouldn't do. So if I will demonstrate that for you, that the wheel slip protection feature is indeed modelled with this locomotive. That's why the yellow light is flashing there indicating the wheel slip. But it's still cool to hear the locomotive at full chat. The next and final stop will be Leeds City. Just under 8 miles away. If you'd enjoyed the stream up to this point and you like what you've seen or heard, of course feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Nice steep uphill gradient to begin our final run to Leeds. Really struggling to get up to speed. We've got another reasonably long tunnel coming up, which is this little straight section here. That's Mossley Tunnel, I think it is. No, it doesn't say, does it? That's something I wish Dovetail would do, is name the tunnels on the map, unless it doesn't have a name. But I believe it is called Mossley Tunnel. But I might be wrong. I don't know. Well, I think we're about to enter the tunnel. Indeed we are. Second longest tunnel on the route. I think I've got a route map on my iPad of Northern Trans Pennine. Let's see if I could just get it up a second. Northern Trans Pennine, there we go. So yeah, 17 stations on the route. And there is quite a few tunnels actually. Staley Bridge Tunnel, Scout Tunnel, Gledholt Tunnel, Huddersfield Tunnel, Morley Tunnel. Oh, that's the one we're in, sorry, Morley Tunnel. Standish Tunnel is the first tunnel that's very long indeed, 5,500 yards long, and this tunnel is 4,320 yards long, and will be the last tunnel we will encounter on this journey. Got a speed limit of 50 miles per hour. There's a passenger service, a local service I think we just passed there in the tunnel. So the destination lights on. Shame the lights on for the passengers. Lights aren't on for the passengers, I mean, I'm using a straight air brake. That's not a good thing to do. There we go. Wonder if you can use the newer Class 101 on Northern Trans-Pennine's timetable. I never thought of that. Maybe even a bit cooler if you could use a pacer on here. In theory you can. You could just stick it on the what is it? The sandbox mode thing. But again, I don't know if that's realistic to use a pacer on this. Well, I imagine they will. They're everywhere across the north of the. They're everywhere on the British Rail network back in the 80s. So I imagine there will be scuttling around the north somewhere. What's nice as well is that you can use a lot of the Trans-Pennine stock on other routes for additional services like Blackpool branches. What else? The West Coast Main Line over Shap route, and as well as some rail tour services not only on West Somerset Railway but some other routes as well. So if you haven't got Northern Trans-Pennine, I would pick it up. It's quite a lot to your other routes in your collection, as well as providing a good time and a reasonable challenge, and also the performance. The performance of this route, butter smooth. That's mainly because there isn't a lot going on, and the route scenery obviously isn't brilliant considering its age, but at times the scenery isn't too bad. Another log very close to the track. I think logs are one of the collectibles on this route, which is quite unique. So you literally have to go on the journey, stop for train, and then recover the logs. Got some tracks joining as we are getting ever closer to Leeds City. start braking for the 25 mile per hour speed limit. What's quite sad as well is that this area around Leeds is heavily underused. So you got Holbeck Maintenance Power Depot. None of the locomotives you see here in the depot or rolling stock goes anywhere. It's just static display. And there's no O8 shunter either, so you can't do any shunting, which is really disappointing. You got some, again, sidings here that are just not used. So as far as empty stock moves go, around Leeds, it's very quiet. Braking a little bit too much there. Whereas all the empty stock moves and shunting takes place in Manchester, which I think is really unfair. Because there's just as enough potential for shunting and empty stock movements in around Leeds, as well as Manchester. Is that a little bridge there, man? Is that a little road? Oh no, it's a footbridge. We're just under a mile away from Leeds. Very late, but that's blame me for that, not the train. I think the running sounds of the coaches, I think that's from a tunnel sound, so it's broken. Oh, never mind. No. Speed limit of 10 miles per hour. Yeah, so look, you've got some sidings here. Got some Mark 1 BG coaches sitting in the sidings here. But again, it's just heavily underused. And it would be nice if we had a bit more crap. AKA pipes and rails and, you know, just stuff. Because these yards would be absolutely filthy. Put on a bit of throttle, and down there is the maintenance power depot at Leeds. Losing way too much speed. Come on, let's get going. Better. Don't want to hold up any more trains, thank you very much. I know we're speeding, but we need to speed things up a little bit. I've been braking too early for speed limits. Oh my god, okay. I don't know what was that about. There we are. Okay. I don't know what was that about, but probably because of me going too fast. Oh, you can tell I'm rusty on this route. My goodness me. Going back to what I was saying earlier, it's a challenging route, you know. I don't know. What am I like? Right, let's go back on the game. Oh, well, I'll have to do that service again in my spare time. We'll take the 101. Yep, it's just the Northern Trans Pennine version, and we'll do one in the afternoon, I think. Do an empty coaching stop move at Newton Heath. We got Marsden to Leeds and Leeds to Huddersfield. What's the time? It's just gone 9:30. In the UK, I think we will go from Leeds to Marsden. Yeah. There's Leeds and Huddersfield. Where's Marsden? None in the afternoon. Really? Thought there would be. Let's see if I could just type it in a minute. Is it Marsden or Marsden? No, I spelled it wrong. Marsden? Wow, just two, good grief. Okay, fair enough. And there's a little short stubby one at 6 in the morning. Leeds to... Alright, we'll do that one. It's in the morning, not in the afternoon, but there we go. $80% off North East Corridor, New York, Trenton. Wow. Not a bad price. Well, I don't know what the price is actually of it. Might have gone up in price, I've no idea. But anyway, panel light on, destination light on. We'll unlock the doors for the passengers. Marker lights. We'll need to put the control key to on. Set it in first gear. Set reverser to forward. And also turn on the train lights. Are they on? They are indeed. Excellent. Right, we need to go to the rear cab and fiddle around with the lights. I need to do the destination display. Whoa, bit too fast there. Stupid thing. What's going on? Playing up a bit here. What is going on? My controller's on its way out, I think. So apologies there. Mike's going to the left for some reason. There we go. That is correct, Marsden. There we are. And we will also do the destination display on this end of the train as well. Oh no, that's Leeds. God. Marsden. No, it was Manchester. Marsden. There we go. Jesus. Oh, we're already moving. Obviously this is a bit of a very different driving experience because using a mechanical gearbox and like changing gear on a car. Take your foot off the throttle, or in this case take your handle or hand off the throttle handle and change gear and then apply the power again. Just like driving a car, except using your hands instead of your feet. Live chat is very quiet tonight. Might as well turn it off. Nobody wants to speak to me. It's a travesty. So the first station stop is Morley. It's just under 3.5 miles away. Speed limit's increasing to 25 miles per hour very shortly. So this little gauge here is the rev gauge. Put it in third gear. I don't think there's any local services that go from Manchester to like Stalybridge. I swear there used to be some services going from Stalybridge to Manchester. Not sure. I have to look at that again. I think that timetable. I think there was, but I think it's been taken away. I might be wrong. Speed limit is increasing to 60 miles per hour. Put it in fourth gear. This multiple unit has only 4 gears. And the multiple unit in question is of course the BR Class 101. This is specifically a 2-coach unit. They were built by Metropolitan Camel from 1956 to 1960. They were the first generation of diesel multiple units, and they were in service from 1956 to 2003. They have a power output of 100. Well, each engine produces a power output of 150 horsepower. So it's a 6-cylinder Leyland diesel engine, and the maximum speed is 70 miles per hour or 113 kilometers an hour, or kilometers per hour. And are any in preservation? Not sure. Yeah, quite a few are in preservation. Some at the Spa Valley Railway, one at the Mid Norfolk Railway that's operational, a couple at the Mid Norfolk Railway, actually, quite a few. The North Norfolk Railway, the East Anglian Railway Museum, Great Central Railway, the Cambrian Heritage Railways, Keighley and Worth Valley, Ecclesbourne Valley Railway, wow, quite a few. Barry Island Railway, fair few. We're going way too fast. My mistake, too busy looking at the stats. Braking is one of the most challenging aspects of this multiple unit, mainly because it uses a brake valve, almost like a water tap really. The more you put on, the quicker it will brake, so you just got to balance it really. As we are 1 mile away from our first station stop, which is Morley. And once we've done this run, I think I will check again the timetable. Actually, I don't need to, do I? I can just hover the cursor over the tracks at Staley Bridge and see what services are scheduled. But there is a bay platform at Staley Bridge, so I'm pretty darn sure there is some services that take place with this 101 at Staley Bridge. Is that going to be enough, or too little? Too much braking? Too much. It really is a balancing act with these brakes. Brake, 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 brake. You can release as much as you want, and then there we go. Right, let's unlock the doors. Welcome to Morley. Yeah, not bad. I mean, the trackside vegetation actually isn't too shabby. You know, 3D grass, bushes, shrubs, weeds. It's not too bad. And of course, the passengers are appropriately dressed for the 1980s. Look at that mustache. And you got some graffiti here on the walls. That's nice. And the bridge. Got the newspapers here and going out to the road. Oh no, yeah. Here is the map, appropriately in British Rail kind of design. 17 stations. Right, let's lock the doors. The next station stop is Batley. It's 3 miles away. How many stations do we stop at actually? Maybe more than 10? Need to change gear. Right, whilst we're cruising through the tunnel, I do want to take a look at Staley Bridge. There it is. Yeah, there's a bay platform here, and no services take place there. Interesting. And actually, platform 1, there's none either, but obviously then the trackage would go out the map. But it would be cool to have some AI services, make Staley Bridge a little bit more busy. it's like I was saying. I mean, I've repeated it 5 times. You know, 5, 6 times. God knows how many times across my time on YouTube. But yeah, route remaster on Northern Pennine. Maybe with an extension and a new locomotive or multiple unit. I'll have, you know, I'll take it. I'll have it in a heartbeat. That would make all my Christmases and birthdays. That would. Even better if it was actually happening and then, you know, launched on my birthday. That would be nice. Not many level crossings on this route. There's a few foot crossings as well, but not many. We are approaching Batley Station. We're running slightly late. That's better than I expected, to be fair. I'll take it. Long platforms here at Batley. Doesn't matter where we stop. Here we are, Batley. Yeah, quite long platforms. I don't think no services like Express or the other service we did in the 45. They don't stop at Batley. But I imagine maybe some, like in real life in the 80s, some maybe long distance intercity like style services stopped at Batley. It's quite a decent station, to be fair. There's some local industry. Again, got a little subway here going to the other platform 2, and also the exit of the station, which has into the building itself. Oh, okay. Bit broken. Never thought of being in there before. They need to fix that, Dovetail. And this is the entrance to Batley Station. A little, not great scenery. Where's the bars and arrows? Don't even have that, do they? No. Poor Batley. Needs a bit of work doing, I think. Oh, there's another train coming in. It's going to Leeds. Right, let's set off, shall we? gear change despite not looking at the rev counter. The next station stop is Dewsbury, just over 1 mile away. A freight service. It's kind of disappointing the freight is just restricted to mainly oil. Be it MT, my god, I've forgotten about Dewsbury again. Stop. I'm also in the wrong bleating gear as well, for good measure. Oopsie daisy, it's my fault, wasn't paying attention. Probably butchered that station badly. Yeah, oh well, never mind. We've already stopped there anyway, so. Now I'm over talking the engine. Excellent work, Spurs Rail. You're doing a great job showcasing your favourite route today. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. I can only apologise. I should have put in some practice before I did this stream. Oh well. Never mind. The next station stop is Ravensthorpe, just over a mile away. Well, at least I'm able to arrive at Ravensthorpe on time. Oh well. Here we are at Ravensthorpe, a very derelict and dilapidated station. Seen certainly better days, even the way outside's fallen off. A horrendous state that is Ravensthorpe. Obviously the factory here, probably industrial decline. Same goes for the station. I think it's fair to say that needs a lick of paint. Got the main line over there as well. Interestingly, there is a log over here as well. So I imagine maybe Dovetail at one point was thinking of extending the route. Obviously that did not happen. Fingers crossed, you never know. The next stop is Murfield. It's 1.5 miles away. Here we are approaching Murfield. Welcome to Murfield. Nice red seats. The kind of seats you'd see at a stadium. We'll see some construction taking place. Bit of rubbish on the ground, that's what I like to see. And the steps down to the road. Oh dear, that doesn't look very good. That's a shame. Yeah, this road needs a lot of work regarding scenery, and yeah, I could go on and on and on about it. Yeah, a pretty big platform. Oh, we've actually got to wait a few seconds. Oh, I want to get a head start, so let's go. The next station stop is Dighton. I think that's how you say it correctly. Either way, the station is just under 2.5 miles away. As far as the next stream is concerned, that will take place this Sunday on the... sorry, this Sunday. Next Monday, I should say. on the 14th of April, and the route in question we're taking a look at is Tees Valley. So we're staying in the good old days of British Rail. Maybe not in real life, but you know, from a train fan, I quite like the British Rail diesel days. So yeah, Tees Valley will be next up. Must be a all-stop service or semi-fast service there, just past. You can do a what is it? A Saturday special, I think, with three Class 101s connected together. Got a slight uphill gradient to help us get down the speed, lower the speed. Whoa, don't miss the station again. Just I'm gonna fraction over. Here we are at Dighton, tiny little cute little station. Shelter there. Pretty much out in the middle of, well, nowhere really. Nice little village, I'm sure. Got the bars and arrows here. Imagine of how good this would look if it got a TSW remaster. Please, Dovetail, please do it. I'd love you for that. Oh, I'm actually way ahead of schedule. My apologies. I'll leave the doors open. Ben GT Rians. I'm not sure how you say your second name, but I'll just say Ben GT. Hey from Norway. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Hope you're well. Just going for a spin on Northern Trans-Pennine, one of my favourite routes in Train Sim World, if not my absolute favourite. It's Norway, isn't it, the flag? I'm not losing my mind, am I? No, I'm not. I know my flags reasonably well. But yeah, I hope you're well, Ben. I'll just say Ben. I don't want to ruin the pronunciation of your name. I'm not very good with Scandinavian names. I'm sure you can understand. The next station stop is Huddersfield. 2 miles away. Not easy name for the English. No, not easy, not easy. I'm glad I was right about Norway. I had to think for a second there, like, it's Norway, isn't it? Yeah, it's not Denmark. Denmark is also a red flag with a cross, but that's white, a white cross. Whereas Norway is different. How do you say your name correctly? It's difficult to obviously type out how to pronounce your name correctly, but speed limit's coming down to 40 miles per hour on the approach to Huddersfield. An express service coming right at us is indeed. Hey. Wasn't stopping either. Potentially avoided a head-on collision there. Wasn't expecting that. He wasn't waiting, that train, that's for sure. It was carrying on. But here we are coming into Huddersfield. I think we have to stop at the near the end of the platform. A little bit less there. Stopped a little bit too far. I'll just shuffle up the platform. I'll stop there. That's better. Okay, here we are at Huddersfield. Never actually haven't explored Huddersfield, have I? In this stream so far. You've got the destination displays on this platform. All in good working order. Manchester, Victoria, Marsden. That's R1 there. And that's the outside world. this doesn't look very good. Even some 2D trees. Oh my gosh. Yeah, poor Huddersfield. Nice station building though. Really, really nice. Is there bars and arrows around here somewhere? Brilliant station building. It's almost like a town hall almost. There's the car park. There must be a siding for some freight. Yeah, but the scenery around Huddersfield is nowhere near as good as the some of the other stations. I mean, granted, I know it's a bit old, but I thought it'd be a little bit better. Especially since some of the other stations on this route isn't too bad. Well, I mean, the scenery surrounding those stations, I mean. Platform 4B. Oh. Right, in the cab. Lock the doors. Green light. Let's proceed to the next station stop, which is Slaithwaite. Just over 4 miles away. Speed limit's increased to 50 miles per hour. Need every last drop of power now to get out of Huddersfield. It'd be like Bent with a little NG before the T, so Benge, right? Benge, is that right? You're right with the flag. Decent from Denmark flag since Denmark ruled Norway 200 years ago. That is correct. I'd love to go to some Scandinavian countries like Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. Probably like to go in the winter, to be honest. Benj, I like you showing off scenery, not played Tees Valley too much. Tees Valley, is that what you mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing Tees Valley now, but I will be doing the stream on Tees Valley next Monday, same time, same place. And the route I'm on now is Northern Trans-Pennine. It's one of the very first. It is the first historic route in Train Sim World, launched way back in 2018. So a very long time. Excuse me, very long time ago. But I really enjoy it. The topography of the route, set in the, well, in real life, is the wonderful scenic rolling hills of the Pennines in northern England, and the variety of services you can do, be it passenger. Freight's a little bit on the freight less so, but that does add, I think, an extra 24 services to the main line, so more the merrier. And but that is with a separate freight packers, of course. But yeah, 2 locomotives, 1 multiple unit. Different challenge every time, especially if you change the weather conditions, and especially if it's set to dynamic weather, you're in for quite a challenge. But I really love the route. You know, it's got a mix of older style, you know, signalling and newer signals. No modern safety systems to help you, so you really got to be on your toes. And it's got a nice mixture of the route being like long, but not too long. Even though it's only 43 miles, it feels like a longer route because of the varying speed limits. And 17 stations, I think it is a reasonably nice number. There's enough stations to do, you know, local services like I'm doing now, where, you know, the time can take well over an hour in some cases. And you can also do express and some faster intercity services. So it's got a nice mix all round. It just needs a remaster, or aka a very big update, to bring it up to line with more modern Train Sim World routes, be it the lighting, the services, the scenery, bugs. We are approaching Slaithwaite. There's the station. Got 1% downhill gradient, so I'll let the train coast into the platform. There's a staggered platforms here at Slaithwaite. And we're pretty much on time. Hey! Ooh. Just about made it. Controllers playing up. Welcome to Slaithwaite. It's a bit better though. You got the car park here. Nice little cobbled road there. Fortunately, it just stops and doesn't carry on to the little lane here. Yeah, it's not too bad in the little cobbled street here. Pathway up to the car park and the station. It's not too bad at all. You've got some steps here as well. A lot of steps. And a ramp covered in grass going up to a pretty barren looking road there and scenery. Never mind. Where does the steps go? Oh, it goes down to the road. So, how would you get... Oh, okay, no, that's where you would get onto that platform there. Got a light there, I think it's still on. Damn, I can imagine it, you know, if it gets the remaster and the lighting on a foggy night throughout the Pennines, wow, that must be really good fun. Challenging, but fun. Might have to do that. Never thought about doing that. But you can also do a couple of post office services, or travelling post office. Either one early in the morning and the other late at night. So even though the route is very old and hasn't been touched for years, I still really enjoy it. Always a pleasure to go back to it. Oh, Pennine. Yeah. I see what you mean there, Benj. Yeah. Yeah. Pennine. Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I haven't played Pennine much either, despite it's my favourite route in the game. I feel like I don't want to play it too much, so, you know, I get to the point where I've completed everything and I'm bored and I know that I finished with that route and there's nothing else to do with it. But but it's nice to go back to it now and again and revisit it and have some fun. Oh, there's a hot air balloon in the sky. There it is. The next and final station stop is Marsden. There's a hot air balloon in the sky. I don't want to get out of the cab in case I get distracted and miss the station. That will be embarrassing. Ooh, put it in neutral. Oops. Roughly on time. We're going to be within the minute of the indicated time. There's a hot air balloon on the right hand side. Another freight service. Let's brake. Hey, there we go. Brilliant. And there we go. That concludes the service. Just took me under 51 minutes. Stopped at Morley, Batley, Dewsbury, Ravensthorpe, Murfield. Actually, no, which station did we miss? It was Dewsbury we missed. Sorry. Ravensthorpe, Murfield, Dighton, Huddersfield, Slavewaite, and Marsden. That is the service. Done and dusted. I will go back to the timetable. Oh, there's the Dutch route. Zwolle to Groningen. Briefly on my screen. I won't get it though. Zwolle to Groningen. I think it's a bit expensive for a new route. Very expensive, in fact, being a dovetail route. And plus, I'm not very interested in the Dutch railways. Sorry. So yeah, you got a Saturday special. And Huddersfield to Marsden service as well. That's some empty stop moves. All stops. And also services between Leeds and Huddersfield. But interesting, no services between Manchester and Huddersfield or Stalybridge. Which would have been cool. Just going through the list again just to make sure I didn't miss anything out. No. Wow, what's the time? 22 minutes past 10 in the evening. You know what? I'll take the 47. The cool thing with the 47 is you can actually use any variant of the 47, which is just awesome. And you know what? I think I will take the Intercity liveried 47, and I'll take it on the run from what was a service I did before that I miserably failed on. Was it that one? I don't think I'll do that one, but I will do a express. That one, I think. What one was that? The Leeds to Manchester Victoria Express. Yeah, let's do that. Whoop, steady, game. Steady, steady. Wait. Stop playing up. Thank you. Right, we'll do this. And then we will call it a day. Spoelgen actually means railway, I think, in Dutch. Desk light switch on. Would be nice if the 47 got some new sounds. That's one criticism I will have of the Just Trains is 47s. The liveries look cool, and I think they got some new smoke effects, but yeah, sound-wise, I think it needs a bit of a touch-up. Air brakes, oh, tickety-boo. Oh yeah, did I switch it on? Yeah, I did. Let's unlock the doors. Wrong one. Stupid controller. There's the Class 47 in Intercity livery, North Star. Beautiful livery. In fact, there's another 47 in one of the newer liveries, getting ready for some freight duties. And over here, on this platform, is a whole rake of Mark 1 coaches. In fact, there's even more of them over here. And there's a 45 on guard. That leads to. Let's get going. The first station stop is Huddersfield. It's 14 miles away, so we will miss out Dewsbury and Stalybridge on this express. There's a 101. Waiting for clearance to proceed into Leeds City, as it was known back then. There he goes. another passenger service. Coming into Leeds. Service going from Sheffield to Leeds. I was wondering why I didn't have many coaches. Looked a bit unusual. Bit too much power there. Now I can. Strange crackling sound I can hear. I don't know if you can hear on the stream, but I can hear a very odd crackling sound. Don't know if it's coming from the game or from my mic. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. If it's my mic, then that's the last thing I need right now. No, I don't think it's the mic. I think it's the game in the cab. Benj, oh, no problem. Oh, you're doing a late night service. Oh, Boston to Providence on the Boston Sprinter. Good route, that. Good choice. It's probably one of the best US routes in the game, really. I think, anyway. I can imagine you want to see some Norwegian railways in Train Sim World. You never know, that might happen. We've had a route in Wales, a route in the Netherlands, and Austria last year. You never know. Norway might be on the cards. Okay, into the tunnel we go. Benja. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, any person in their country wants to see, a route in Train Sim World that isn't in Train Sim World. I mean, there's so many countries. I mean, I would like to see another route in France, Italy, Spain. Germany is well supplied. Same for the UK, but that's always going to keep happening. More routes will keep coming to those nations. The US, a little bit on and off of late. Doesn't have too much of a say these days in new routes in Train Sim World. But yeah, Scandinavian Europe would be very, very interesting to see in Train Sim World. I mean, we're getting a route in Japan, I think, courtesy of Union Workshop as well. So yeah, Train Sim World is finally starting to branch out into other countries, be it in Europe and well, Japan and beyond. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the Norwegian railways very well, or any the Scandinavian railways, to be honest with you, railways in Scandinavia. So yeah, there's loads you could pick. I reckon if there was to be a route in that part of Europe, in Scandinavia, I reckon a route would be either Denmark or probably for me, I would say Sweden. I think would have a chance of a route in Train Sim World. But whereabouts in those countries, well, I have no idea. Fast here. Let's reduce the speed. Sorry, I was just texting someone on the phone. Don't text and drive, people, regardless if it's in the virtual world and real life. Coming thundering through Dewsbury. speed limit is decreasing to 55 miles per hour. Speed limit is coming down to 45 very briefly. And I will shoot back up to the new maximum permitted speed of 80 miles per hour. Benj, no, it's okay, no problem. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time, Benj. Glad you enjoyed it. Have a good week. Reach 50 in time. Oh, just about. I think this locomotive also has the new suspension physics. It feels like it's got new suspension compared to the other 47s. I'm using obviously the 47 from West Coast Main Line over Shap Route, aka Preston to Carlisle. Speed limit's gone up to 70 miles per hour as we rejoin the line. that lonely coach. Never move again. Not too far from Huddersfield, just over 1.5 miles away. One of my other games I've got today had a big update, World of Warships Legends. I'll take a look at that. Obviously after the stream is finished. And here we are at Huddersfield for the third time in this stream, in fact. Okay, it's time to depart. Let's lock the doors. The next and final stop is Manchester, Victoria. 22 miles away. Obviously, for this next part of the journey, we won't be stopping at Staley Bridge. So it's a straight run to Manchester, Victoria. Can't wait to have a cup of tea and maybe a biscuit once this stream is completed. Just want to try something a minute. Hang on. What stations do we have south of Marston? Greenfield, Mossley, Stalybridge, Ashton under Line, Park, Miles Platting. I just want to try something a minute with the camera. I don't know. Is it even in here anymore? I've never hardly ever used it. Product suggestions. No. Accessibility, is it in here, is it? Oh god, oh god. Not in audio. Player assist, isn't it? Automatic coupling. Given to an expert mode off, never knew that. Holland gameplay. There was a camera thing, wasn't there? What was it? Camera motion sway. Oh, you can even have a level. 100%. What's the maximum level you can get? 200%. Oh my god. 400% would be oh no, I can't get let me try again. Can't get 100% for some reason. Let's try it on. Oh my god, it's moving around all over the place. I can see the appeal of having it on, but it's not for me. I mean, you can definitely feel the train, you know, on the bouncing around, you know. But it's not for me, that kind of thing. Don't like it. Plus, it mucks up a bit of the stream. So, 100% camera motion sway off. That's better. Oh god, it's turned on all sorts of bits and bobs that I didn't want. Sugar. Stop marker. No, I don't want objective marker. Scenario marker. Off. What's that then on my HUD? There's all sorts of things. Part of it. Okay, stop marker, scenario planner, next speed limit marker, yes please. Next signal aspect, yes please. Next speed limit hard, next signal hard. Track monitor, what's that then? Oh god. Next signal marker then, next speed limit marker. Oh no, next signal aspect. Don't want that, do I? So what's track monitor then? What does that do? There's another thing missing too. Oh god. I should be messing. I wish I never messed around with the settings now. Signal marker, speed limit marker. Is that it? I don't know. Negative. Don't think I need that. I don't think I need that. Display safety system helper. Yeah, I will need that. Minimum hub objective distance. Wow. Didn't even know that was a thing. Dramatic, Celsius, exclude. Suspension model standard. Ooh. Didn't even know that was a thing. But apparently it's stuck in standard. Digital display screens can be selected to zoom in to the screen. On classic mode, the feature is disabled. Selected to zoom in onto the screen. What's that about then? You can't zoom in whilst you're on the move. So I'm going there again. God, this is a pain. This is suspension model, classic. I'll put it on there. Conductor mode. Minimum hard distance hidden. Minimum hard traction lock hidden. God, what happened there? No, I'm still missing aspects of the HUD I had before. Oh, blimey. Objective marker, disable junction derail. Yeah, disable that. Don't like that. Scenario marker, expedient marker. Stop marker, speed up marker. No. Oh, I don't need that one, do I? Minimum hard objective distance. What does that mean? Yeah. Nope. Still not right. What's going on here? Markers on track monitor hidden. Hard traction lock. I don't know. I'll put that there. Minimum hard distance hidden. I don't know. Measurement units. That's all fine. Is it in player assist maybe? Notifications. General. No. Is it even in here, is it? I have no idea. Auto crosshair. Okay. Lightning effects. What have I put? Normal. Let's see. No. Minimal, isn't it? Either way, I've lost the speed hub thing. That's annoying, that. Oh well, we'll have to keep going. that's going to bug me now, because now I don't know how many miles there's to the next station either. Oh, God. Objective marker. I'll put everything on. I'll put everything on. Track monitor. Maybe nice. What it is, safety system, don't need that. Markers on track monitor, hidden, I suppose I'll put to show. Minimum height distance, I'll put to show. Turn all of it on. Right, I've got it back, right. That's what I want. Right, back we go. Get involved, right, player would go as part of the next objective. Stop marker, scenario marker. Okay, well. Then we got speed limit. And the objective marker. That should be that. Nearly. Signal. Signal marker. There we go. Fixed it. Normal service. Finally. Took a while to figure it out. How to get it back. Speed limit of 40 miles per hour coming up. It's probably missing a good five minutes in the settings there. I do apologise. I was determined to get the correct setting. Back to its correct settings. I need a new controller very badly. My gosh. Jesus. Out of Standish Tunnel we go. And we've got just over 12 miles to go to Manchester, Victoria. too far from going past Staley Bridge. Just under 2 miles away from Staley Bridge. I think we'd be increasing speed on a 0.8% downward gradient, but I think that is incorrect. I think it's meant to be stating that we are going up a 0.8% gradient rather than down. There we are. That's one of the many bugs to fix on this route, if that happens. I hope so. Fingers crossed. And here is Staley Bridge, with around 7.5 miles to go to Manchester, Victoria. Intercity livery really suits this route. Well, any of the liveries that Just Trains makes for the 47 suits this route really. Wouldn't it be cool if Just Trains got the route by the scruff of his neck and did a remaster? He would do an excellent job. Well, not just him, but his his team as well. Of talented individuals. Going to the right and head towards Manchester. Don't know where those tracks go actually, to be fair. Probably down south somewhere. Why is it stuck on 26%? So it's either on or 26%. It lets you adjust the throttle very precisely. Interesting, though. What is that station we just passed? Let the train do its thing in a second. I haven't actually stopped at this station. This is Ashton-under-Lyne. Not a bad little station. Got some rubbish bags there. And the stairs down to the outside car park. Oh, he's even got the name there. Ashton. Oh, brilliant. Never knew that. Did we miss any other stations? Negative. You've got just over 5 miles to go to Manchester, Victoria. At last. What an up and down stream it's kind of been. Ay, ay, ay. Messing around with HUD settings. The first service have failed right at the end, and oh god. I don't know. Quite like to do this stream again, really. Restart again. I might do that, actually, I'm not sure. It's tempting. So as far as the next stream is concerned, if that happens, not sure yet, the next stream will be hopefully next Monday, the 13th of April, is that right? The 14th of April actually, apologies. And we will be still on Northern Trans-Pennine, taking a look at the British Rail Heavy Freight Pack. Actually, no need to apply the throttle. Got a 45 mile per hour speed limit coming up. We're now within the vicinity of Manchester. I think we're passing, is it lake or something? What is it called? Park, isn't it? Yeah. This is Park. Be interested as to how you're getting on that platform. Oh, walkway underneath. I see. So where does it go? Does it go to the road? Trying to control the train at the same time. Oh, it goes into no man's land. Okay. Well, don't go there then, basically. You will fall to a painful and agonising death if you got out of Park trying to exit the station. This is a very dilapidated station, Mars Platting. Closed, I think. Train waiting at the red signal. Cross to crossover. That's freight service. Oil service there. Speed limit's increased to 40, so let's increase the power and get out of the freight train's way. Just under a mile to go until we stop at Manchester, Victoria. And then that will be that. The stream's gone on for long enough. What platform are we on? Number 13. Okay. I presume we have to stop at the end of the platform. I'd like to know where this service is actually going to. Well, we're ahead of schedule, which is good. I think we'll stop here. I think that'll do. Oh, wrong doors. Here we are at Manchester, Victoria. Journey's end. Not many passengers disembarking. In fact, I don't think there any is. I don't think there is any passengers on this train. After my crap showing on this route today, I'm not surprised. It doesn't say what time, but yeah, there we go. Took me an hour and 5 minutes, just over, going from Leeds City to Manchester, Victoria, stopping at Huddersfield along the way. And that will be that. Oh my God. That was a bit of a longer stream than I would have liked, but there we go. It is what it is. Here we go. Too long. Crikey, I'm getting old for these marathon-like streams at the moment. But yeah, there we are. That concludes the stream on my favourite UK road and train sim world, Northern Trans Pennine. If you did enjoy it, this marathon of a sprint, feel free to hit the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream will be once again on Northern Trans-Pennine, but this time taking a look at the freight side of things, aka the British Rail Heavy Freight Pack. So hopefully you could join me for that on the 14th of April 2025, next Monday. So once again, thank you very much for watching.